back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So finally recorded another fucking episode of the Oppression Chamber last night. John fucking Dord didn't bail because I was 30 seconds late. And the black man Izzy Ali managed to make it on time as well, so it was all good. That episode will be coming out on Thursday. If you're interested, that will be on the Oppression Chamber podcast. Check it out on Spotify. That will be the last episode for the year because I'm going on holiday tomorrow. It's time to wrap this year up. It's time to leave the state for the first time in 9 months. I'm fucking ready. There's a lot of driving to be done. There's some fucking big legs on this trip. Melbourne to Sydney, probably a stopover in Albury Woodonga. This doesn't mean shit to a lot of people. Most of the places I'm going to talk about are fucking shitholes. And if the people living there don't like that, if they get offended by that, it's because you haven't left your fucking town enough. Albury Woodonga fucking sucks. It's a border town for people who don't know that. It's on the border of Victoria and New South Wales. Albury's on one side, Woodonga's on the other side. I don't know which side which one's on, and I don't really give a fuck. Both of them suck equally. It's just a bigger version of every other shit small town in Australia. It's a carbon copy. When you drive into any shit town in Australia, this is what you're going to see. You're driving off a highway. You've probably done an hour and a half drive with no sights out of any window. You drive into the town. It says, hello, welcome to Albury Woodonga. Population, who gives a fuck? And the first thing you see as you pull into any small town in Australia, on one side will be a Holden car dealership, or Ford, could be a Ford too. We'll say Ford because more people know what Ford is, and I think Holden's going out of business. So on the one side, you'll have a Ford dealership, and directly opposite the Ford dealership, you'll have a KFC. That's the giveaway sign you're in a small shit town. And when I say a small shit town, I mean like 10,000 people. Between 10,000 and like maybe 40 or 50,000. And obviously there's exciting variations to that as well. On the one side, there could be a Toyota dealership. On the other side, there could be a McDonald's. Another combo could be Nissan and Hungry Jack's or Burger King. Either way, it's going to be some variation of that as you enter the town. That's the first thing you hit. And if you're not staying over in one of these towns and you're just passing through, normally what you do is you see the car dealership next to the KFC and you're like, should we stop at KFC and eat here and just drive through? And someone will be like, nah, we'll go into town. And it's usually me and I'm always wrong. Nah, we'll go into town. There'll be something good in there. And there's never. Just stop at the KFC and get something. So I'm staying in Albury Woodonga for a night. Or should I say I'm stuck in Albury Woodonga for a night because I'm not driving all the way to Sydney in one hit. 9 fucking hours. It's 9 fucking hours drive from Melbourne to Sydney. Here's a little bit of perspective for the overseas listeners about how fucking far things are apart in Australia. It's 9 hours drive between Melbourne and Sydney. And Melbourne and Sydney are the two closest capital cities to each other. And shut up, Canberra. No one cares about you. You don't exist. And shut up, Adelaide. Oh, Melbourne and Adelaide are actually closer than Melbourne and Sydney. Shut up. When I said capital cities, I meant important cities. I mean cities people actually go to. So stuck in Albury Woodonga for a night, then up to Sydney for a couple of nights. Catch up with a couple of mates that I haven't even told I'm going yet. I'll see how I'm feeling before I message them. Then up to Port Macquarie, which is a fucking retirement village. It's just old cunts in Port Macquarie. That's where mum lives, so I'm going to see my mum for the first time in like 2 years. So the plan is to stay a couple of nights with mum, but fucking that could get cut real short. That could be a 6-hour fucking stopover. Depending on how many fucking wines she's had, because it's already a fucking drama. Just telling her we're coming up has been a fucking drama. I said to her on the phone, she wasn't listening, she was drunk. I fucking told her we're coming up over Christmas, but we're only going to be there on the 19th and 20th. And she was drunk and she wasn't fucking listening. I said it to her twice. I'm like, it's not going to be on Christmas Day. We're not going to be there on Christmas Day. And she still wasn't listening. But I thought the message might have got through, but it didn't. Because now she thinks we're coming up on Christmas Day to spend Christmas with her, which we're not. And she's told everyone and she's made plans and now I need to say, Mum, it's not fucking happening. Maybe I'll just pretend it is Christmas Day. She won't fucking know. I'll just get her on the fucking cask of wine. So after Port Macquarie, it's off to Coffs Harbour. And Coffs Harbour is... I kind of like Coffs Harbour, actually. I've had some pretty good times at Coffs Harbour. It's got some good pubs, it's got a beach, it's got a Holden dealership, it's got a KFC, it's got everything a small town needs. And I'm mainly saying this because a friend in Coffs Harbour said he'll stash a bag of mushrooms somewhere for me and tell me the location. And Victoria Police, if you're listening, that's just a joke. And it's beyond your jurisdiction anyway, so don't worry about it. But that will be cool if I can get a bag of mushies. I just need to decide how I'm going to go about it. I'll need to put some fucking plans in place on how I take these mushies. Do I just Terence McKenna it and just take fucking 5 dried grams of it? Or do I microdose for 6 months? Or do I stay a clean skin because there is a potential I go off the rails on the mushrooms? One of my favorite things to do is take mushrooms, drink a shitload of beer, and chain smoke. I really enjoy that combination. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But from Coffs, I go to Gosford, and then Gosford probably to Bathurst. Back to the good old fucking Bathurst. But that is a lot of fucking driving. And then back to Sydney, and then back to Melbourne. It's going to be fucking hectic. But I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get the fuck out of Victoria. I need to be somewhere else, even if it is fucking Albury Woodonga. I'll take it, Albury Woodonga. Fuck you. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. I'm going to have a fucking sleep. I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to pack the car and I'm going to hit the road. I'm sure you're going to hear all about it anyway. All right, that's it. If you're enjoying the podcast, just share it around and I'll see you the fuck later.